Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm finally going to be making over this hutch. I had picked this up a while back at a antique barn. I did share that haul video at the time. I will link it in the description box or at the end so you can check it out if that's something that you want to see. So I will be painting this with some chalk paint, just one color, very simple. It will be going into my dining room space, which is right over here. Don't mind all the pizza boxes on the table, but I still do not have a functioning kitchen, as you can see, but it's coming along, just a few more weeks. But I wanted to get this all painted up and start actually using it in a dining room so I can eliminate some of the items from the kitchen for now. And then once everything is done, I will be actually styling it for what it's supposed to be styled for. So I will be using some of these items. I'm going to use a roller, and I'm going to just a normal roller. I'm going to give it a try just for the bigger pieces here, like bigger surfaces. And then I'm going to be using a brush. I got this at Benjamin Moore. It is their country something brush. I will try and find it online and link it for you. But it's a new brush. I wanted to try a bit more of a rounder brush than what I've had. This is the same brand as my other brushes that I've been sharing and using for a while now. I'm going to use a screwdriver just to remove some of the hardware. And I think I'm going to tape up the doors. I don't think I'm going to take them off, but I'm not 100% sure. I do love all the little details on this bottom half of this hutch. I love the that the hardware is on the outside for the doors, and this is all just one drawer, which is kind of nice. And then on the bottom here you do have a recessed shelving. I will probably leave the inside as is and just paint the outside. This middle obviously doesn't open, and then there's more here, and it does go all the way in, which I do find a little silly that this part doesn't open, but so I can access it from both sides. And then the top has the little detail right on top, and then it has the little grooves for the plates, which I am planning on displaying some of the china that I do have that was a wedding present from my husband's grandmother. So but I'm just going to add a couple pieces to it. It's not going to be like the one that was previously in my dining room and I displayed most of the pieces. I just wanted something to have, still something that I can display it, but I didn't need something to display all of it, if that makes sense. So yes, so I will be using that brown brush, and I'm going to be painting it in Athenian Black by Annie Sloan, and I'm going to be sealing it with an Annie Sloan sealer as well. I'm not going to use the wax. I'm going to use the brush on sealer. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. I'm going to give it a good cleanup, wipe everything down, dust it. I'm not going to sand anything, and then I'm going to start painting it. I am going to be using just water and vinegar spray to clean this up. It is pretty much just dusting, and there was nothing stuck on there. It was just dusty from being in that antique barn. It wasn't like sticky or anything like that. If it was sticky, I might use something like a crud cutter, or even take a light sander to it and sand it lightly, because you don't need to sand before you apply chalk paint. But if there is stuff stuck on it and you don't get rid of it, the chalk paint won't go on. So you want to make sure that your surface is clean. And typically, like I said, I use water and vinegar, or just a microfiber cloth, depending on what I'm in the mood, if there's no stuck on things on there. Then I used a knife just to remove the hardware. I did, however, decide to leave some of it on and not tape it and just paint over it black, because I've decided I was going to paint the hardware that I did take off, just spray painted with black chalk paint. Now, this is a very new technique for me. I know I've been doing furniture makeovers for a while, but I have actually never rolled on chalk paint before, and I actually quite liked the way this turned out. When I was doing a little bit of research as to what kind of a roller to use, they said it's supposed to be velour. I wasn't able to find the one that they were recommending, so I just used a regular roller, sponge roller that I had on hand, and that seemed to have worked fine. I loved the smooth finish that it left on top. I was quite impressed. And this brush worked really well. However, I did find I ended up having some blisters around my fingers where I was kind of holding it. So I'm not sure if that's just a matter of getting used to it, or the handle just left blisters. I found it was a little bit heavier as well. So I'm not quite sure whether it's a brush that I'm going to be reaching for as often as I did for the same company's brush that I've used for many years. You can see that brush in all my other videos that I have made on this YouTube channel. Speaking of this YouTube channel, if you're stopping by for the very first time, welcome. My name is Sonja, and over here on my DIY channel, I happen to have a couple other ones. But here on this DIY channel, you will find lots of thrift store makeovers, lots of furniture makeovers, and then sprinkled in with some seasonal dollar store decor as well. If you are interested in seeing how I will be using and decorating this hutch, make sure you head on over to my home channel as well, because that is where I share all the home decorating, cleaning type of videos. So all the links to all of my channels are in my description box. And I also want to mention that at this time I am hosting a giveaway over on Instagram, so if you would like to head on over there, the link is in the description box, and make sure you follow what the simple giveaway rules if you want to be entered.
I know that I haven't been who I was. I am supposed to be the one you can trust. I feel so useless 'cause I let you down. I hope there's some way I can make it alright, 'cause I know that you deserve much more than this. If you give me one more chance, I swear I'll try my best to always be there. And I want you to know that I'm lost without you. I'm known without you. I hope I can show what you mean to me, 'cause I don't know what to do if you go. Ooh, I just don't know what to do if you go.
So once the whole piece was painted, I let it dry for about 2 hours, and then I applied second coat, pretty much using the same technique as I did the first coat. I always find that with black type of like a darker paint, I've used dark blue, I've used dark brown, the graphite, this is Athenian black. I think they also have black. I always have to add another coat. With white, not so much, but with the darker colors, I do find I have to do that. So once the bottom piece was finished, I moved on to the top piece, and again I rolled on all the larger surface areas. I painted it with the roller, and then all the little nooks and crannies and the detailing I used a brush. I actually ended up getting even a smaller brush just to get into the little squares, because I was finding with the bigger brush it was leaving a lot of paint behind and causing a little bit of drips. So I just used a smaller brush just to get in there and get those that paint smoothed out.
I just don't know what to do if you go. I've been so selfish and made you believe that you're not.
So at the beginning of the video, I showed you a little glimpse of what's been going on in my home. If you would like to see more of that, make sure you head on over to my home channel, because I do share all the updates for the reno there. But I have been working really hard on making over a lot of my furniture pieces to fit with the style that I am going for now. So those videos will be coming your way shortly, as well as a couple other home DIY projects that I've been working on.
You're all I need. I take you places that you've never been. I would give.
So both pieces are finished now. Well, the whole piece is finished. This one still needs a bit more time to dry, but that one is completely dry. So I'm going to seal it with any Sloan chalk paint lacquer. It's like matte wax, kind of same protection, but you use a sponge brush to put it on. So it's essentially like the same way as any other top coat that you would use on when you stain furniture or things like that. So I'm going to apply it. Usually I just do one coat. This is not going to be overly used, so I am not too concerned. But if you wish to get a good amount of coats on, you should probably do one or two coats, just to be on the safe side. So here's the piece with the varnish on. It needs some time to dry, and while it's drying, I'm gonna head on outside and spray paint some of those handles that I have taken off. So I'm using the Bare Chalk decorative paint in black and in classic black, I think that's what it's called. And I just spray paint all the screws as well as all the handles with it, so it matches somewhat the paint that's already on the china cabinet. So here is the piece. It's not 100% dry yet, but I am 100% pleased with the way it turned out, and I can't wait to decorate it with some white, greens, and some raw wood pieces on here. Well, I hope you had enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you had enjoyed it, if you liked it as much as I did, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. And I want to just say there are more coming your way, so please make sure that bell notification is on so you don't miss these uploads.
The world, if you let me try again, yeah, just give me one more chance. I swear I'll try my best to always be